running, and speed. We're throwing chairs at SpeedRunners this week. It's from DoubleDutch Oven Games, built on the Chameleon engine. You can pick it up for around 15 wet, stinky communist filth dollars, or $16.99 Canadian Monopoly dollars, or whatever your local regional price is. And what is it? Cutthroat multiplayer running game. Yeah, that's a bit of an understatement there. That pits 4 players against each other locally and or online. Run, jump, swing, and use various devious weapons and pickups to knock opponents off screen. One of the most competitive games you'll ever play. Again, understatement. These guys didn't make with the keys back when this was in beta. We've played this a few times on stream, but now it's getting the official chairquisition. 1 chair means that it's broke. 2 chairs means that it's 3 chairs means that it works pretty well, and 4 chairs means that it will rock your socks off. We also have our categories: Doom, makes it the working, shiny sounds, controls, and fun. Did we fuck up?
No, go ahead.
What's good? All right, let's kick it off. Thanks for the working, then.
Okay, over here, the Ubuntu 1404 LTS box of business with 8150 and a 980 displayed at almost 4K. We call it UHD, which is 2160. It works pretty well, Brad. I mean, it holds over 60 FERPs at 1080 and 2160 with everything set to yellow swag plus a Dorito. Couple of small picks of nit, if I will, however. The rumble on the X-Clone controller will flip the hell out. And when I say flip the hell out, it'll just rumble for like 20 minutes at a time. Sometimes loud, sometimes quiet. Nice hand massage, but, not something that I really enjoy. But you can note that from the options menu, which I don't need rumble in my
hand massage, right?
Racing game. And one other small thing is, if you ever watched us play live, we might play some this evening. When you try to resize it in a windowed mode, all right, it can be a bit fussy, but you can't really ding it a chair for either of those issues. So out of the box, I'm going to give it 4.
Yeah, on Fedora 2264-bit with the i7 6700K, 32 gigs of RAM, ton of SSDs of various makes and models, and the GTX 980 powering the 4K display of business. It runs fantastic. I haven't played it at 1080p. I've only been playing it at 4K. And I think this thing is capped at 125 frames a second or something, because it hits that and then it doesn't drop ever. Works fantastically. It does peg that 1 core for all it's worth, but you got the CPU space to handle it. I'll give it 4 cheers for makes with the working.
Yeah, here on the Fedora 2364-bit Amiga with the FX 8370E and the GTX 970 Strix, it ran absolutely with no issues. And on the Steambox with the AMD Athlon X4 860K, also overclocked at 4.2 GHz, and the GTX 970 Strix, no issues whatsoever, running SteamOS 2.70. So, I can't really give it anything other than 4 chairs.
All right, that's 4 chairs to mix with the working. Up next is Shiny and the Sounds. Ven, you want some chicken fingers?
Oh, man, I've never seen a man eat so many chicken fingers. However, every time you hear, let's get this going, every time you hear someone say stylized, take a shot. Stylized, seriously, I really dig the art style. That is best described as retro minus hipster pixels, and that's a good thing. Clean, detailed backgrounds and unique characters, each with their own animations. The background noise has a very distinct Kill Bill vibe to it, and the sound effects, they absolutely get the job done. Now, for a game like that, I would normally give it 3 chairs, Brad, but alas, nay, I'm unable. Why, you might ask? Because you put Walter White, Heisenberg himself, in a chicken suit. Yeah. So you know what? You get 4 chairs.
Damn. Yeah. So one interesting dichotomy I found in this incredibly stylized, take that shot, I just got to work this in whatever. And one thing that really stood out to me is the 2D characters look fantastic. They're simple, they're clean. It kind of looks like a browser game, like a Flash game, but a little bit better than that. Those are all rendered perfectly fine. But if you beat the story missions and you look at the comic books, whoever drew those probably had the wrist control of a 4th grader. I'm sorry, you probably put a lot of work into them, but they just look bad. What the hell is up with that? The music is certainly there. I'm not really paying attention to it when I'm trying to not die from getting thrown off the screen. But there is definitely a good tempo to it, and it definitely does give you a sense of urgency. Yeah, everything looks good. It sounds reasonable for a game like this. That's really all you need. I'll give it 3 chairs.
Yeah, I know. To mention, you mentioned Flash earlier, and this game was originally a Flash game based on the exact same engine that they use, the creator of Cannibalt used back in the day. But yeah, they've since gone back and made their own engine, and well, yeah, the graphics are heavily stylized. It's
take a shot
everywhere.
God damn it!
Yep.
All right.
Everywhere you look, there's not so much texture as there is just the one color or a teeny tiny gradient. Some of the backgrounds on some of the levels have exactly the same color, the same. What word was that? I don't even know.
Collector?
Some of the levels have exactly the same color as some of the characters. I lose track of my character every now and again on some of those levels, especially when the camera zooms out because someone is getting a little too far behind. The music, on the other hand, is pretty good. It's just not going to blow your mind, but the high tempo really does help with giving you the need for speed, as it were. So for me, it gets 3 chairs.
All right, that's 3 chairs for fun. Up next is Control. Then, how did this game control?
Well, the only thing I'd say, you immediately pull out the X-Clone controller. This is an actual X-Clone controller because I refuse to give Microsoft any money. L.G.C cares. Worked out of the box. No issues, minus the rumble thing, but then again, you can note that. You're not going to have an issue with it. Being a precision platformer, you expect the controls to be a bit tight, and all I can say is tight controls are tight. Maybe you could play this with a keyboard. Maybe with a dribble. I don't know. You should never try because it works, and it's perfect. At 4 chairs.
Oh yeah, it works great on the PlayStation 4 controller as well as Turbo Seizure controller. I did not test it on the Steambox controller, but I'm pretty sure that it would work just as well. And yeah, like Ben said, the game requires tight controls, and it certainly delivers on it. I cannot fault it in any way, shape, or form, so I will give it 4 chairs.
Yeah, I would show you the mistress right now, but it's currently sitting way too far away from me on the couch. So
is that what you call your strap-on, Pedro?
Take my word for it, it works really, really well with the aerial controllers and with the the Logitech F310 controller. Also works pretty damn good, so really can't fault it. 4 chairs.
All right, that's 4 chairs for Control. Up next is Fun. Ben, did you have fun?
Run, jump, swing, slide, yell, throw controllers, and develop a crippling fear of people whose last names begin with the letter W. Or as we call it here at Linux Gamecast Weekly, prom night. I decided to learn the rope organs by playing the story mode, where you face off against 4 bosses, each with 4 zones, mixed with 4 difficulty levels of pain. Sweet, sweet, addictive pain in your vein. Seriously, I spent 2 days on and off working my way up to level hard and only managed 3, possibly maybe 4 rage nopes. Even then, I came back for more. Then, I ring up these 2 lads and also Strider. We put a few ons into competitive name calling, also known as multiplayer. And it was flying spaghetti monster damn blast since, we all started from naught. And, over the past few weeks, we've went from bumbling about to bumbling about slightly less. Now, using my newfound confidence, I decided to go into a ranked match, and Well, that's where things went a bit south. Why? Because matchmaking, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sucks floppy donkey balls. My first match was, Pedro and Jordan will attest, because it was fresh in my mind when we played this last night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was with a lad who immediately noted my rank and imbalance, and he's like, hey, man, I'm going to take it, like, super easy on you. And I'm like, whatevs. I've worked my way up to hard. So she, or possibly a he, ended up, like, waiting on me several times. And just like stop. I was like, all right, come on, Vin, catch up. And I was like, oh, here I come. Then on my second attempt at this ranked matchmaking system, I was met with 3 other high-level players. Again, I'm bottom of the rung, and they outran me in 45 seconds or less. I guess you could say gone in 60 seconds. Yes, matchmaking, floppy donkey balls.
It's like having sex with a gear shift.
However, if you have some mates, be them IRL or just online, and want a proper party game, you genuinely have to give this game a look, because it's definitely a bit of all right. I mean, there's no way outside of giving anything other than 3 chairs.
So this game suffers from the same problem that Towerfall, Ascension, and Payday 2 and Action Hank all have. Once you play multiplayer, single player just sucks complete donkey balls and is boring. This game works at its best when you have friends that you can compete with and shit talk. And due to the ingenious speedrunners, or the screen sheet-esque multiplayer scheme, you can have any combination of local or remote players, and it's kind of brilliant. Rank multiplayer might be a killer feature if you want to try and trim milliseconds off your run and you want to be hyper competitive, but it doesn't really do anything for me. But I mean, still, the fact is, if all your friends like mine are fake internet people, then this game is fantastic for picking up with your friends and, having it. The level design is absolutely top notch because it fucks with you. It's very well balanced. It tries to, as long as everyone's doing their job, it attempts to keep everyone in the race so that even if you fall behind, there's a good chance you can make up the difference and even come ahead. And playing against AI bots, as opposed to human bots, I've done that a few times where I've just completely fucked up and was able to recover because one other player will hit a switch that'll just open up a shortcut for you and bring you right back up to them. And you combine that with type controls and you get a rollicking fun party game that's sure to end in one person chasing another in real life with some sort of steak knife. I'll give it a good 3 chairs with an asteroid saying, yeah, play with friends.
Yeah. It has a token single-player campaign, so you can unlock the basic skins and some of the other character models and the maps. But that's not where the meat of the game is. This is a party game. There's absolutely no way around that. It shines when you're in a social context, and the fact that you can actually mix couch multiplayer with online multiplayer just makes it even better. Mechanically speaking, it's a 2D platformer where the aim is to go faster than your opponents. It's everything a multiplayer Sonic game would have or should have been, but never was. I still have nightmares about Sonic Racer on the Sega Saturn. The narrative here is completely unnecessary, but it is still very much there. You still have to not hey. You have to hit A on the controller to actually skip it if you're just trying to beat the bots. The aesthetics fit the game properly. They're very simple, but then again, so is the game. You just have to go fast. And simple is often good. The less time you spend on superfluous bullshit, the more time you spend on what it is exactly that compels people to play your game. Still, I can't give it 4 chairs. To no fault of the game, I'm just not a very sociable person. I don't really have a lot of people coming around playing the game with me, and yeah, I'm basically stuck with Ben and Jordan if I want to play it online. So it gets 3 chairs.
Surprise, surprise, Pedro has no friends. And that wraps it up to 3 chairs from the fun category, tallying that totally to a 3-chair game for the final score. Final thoughts? I'll go first. This is a fun game, but you really need to have some friends. If you don't, then it's just kind of a slog.
Well, I mean, SpeedRunners is at its heart, at the core of its dark, black, vengeful heart. It's a competitive platformer designed from the ground up to destroy friendships, Pedro.
Yeah, if you're a person who has friends over regularly, or you play a lot of,
they better be friends that you don't get punchy with.
Yes, those kinds of friends. If you have a lot of people you usually play games online with, this is the game for you. I mean, for me personally, I have Nori. We actually sit on the Steam box and play a lot of couch co-op games every now and again. But yeah, this is a game that shines when it comes to multiplayer, and the single player campaign, in my opinion, is something that a game should always be able to stand on.
And this game, did Nori beat you?
What's that game?
He means physically, like actually punched you.
That archery game, Towerfall. She kicks my ass at that game. Seriously, it's not even pretty.
All right.